I do it again, just kick me because I
That's
shouldn't
okay.
do that. But what exactly are you trying, what are the programs that you are putting in place? Well, let me just make it simpler
Sure.
or maybe more complicated.
Yeah.
But exactly, what is your role as the director of the Truancy Prevention Initiative?
Well, my role is to gather feedback from the community. Judge Euler, like I mentioned, has been involved in this, and he often receives phone calls and emails from parents and from school districts and from children and youth and other government agencies, juvenile probation, frustrated with the way that the policies are set up, the way that schools deal with truancy, the way that parents are responding to some of the protocols. And so part of the Truancy Prevention Initiative was to create one countywide protocol that was started around in 2005, 2006. They started this countywide protocol that schools voluntarily agree to follow, and children and youth and the magisterial district judges also follow. And there are some problems with that. I mean, schools still do things differently, and so what I'm doing is I'm trying to look at the way that the protocol is being implemented currently, and to sort of determine what is working and what isn't working. We are looking at alternatives to fines. That's one of the other charges that I have, is to find a way to engage a student rather than to slap a fine on a student and to say, hey, you've missed school, let's pay me some money. As we mentioned before, some of the issues that cause the child to miss school, even if it's intentionally, is because they have a reason. They became disenchanted with school at some point. And so we're going to try to find a way to reconnect them. And so we're looking for programs to place the children in before they get to the point of having to be given a fine.
Okay. Now you're working with all the school districts in York County.
Yes, correct.
And this is a problem that exists in every school district.
Yes.
It's not, and there might be some school districts that have a higher truancy rate, but it's not something that only exists in a few school districts. It's countywide,
Right.
across the board.
Well, because the issues that cause the truancy exist everywhere, whether it's the issues of poverty and parents having too many jobs and having to time manage and not getting the kids to school on time, and a child being below grade level and saying it's not worth my day at school. That happens everywhere, whether you're rural, urban, suburban. So it has varying effects, but yeah, it certainly exists throughout the county.
And part of your job, as I understand it, is trying to collect data from the various school districts with respect to the truancy issues. And I understand one frustration that may exist is each school district has different standards as to what truancy is.
Yeah, the Pennsylvania state, they have some recommendations on what a school district should do. And truancy, as a definition, is the chronic, unexcused absence from school. What day, how many days a child is unexcused absence, how many unexcused absences equal? 3, is it 3 days of unexcused absences and then you send them to court for you send a citation home, or is it 4 days, or is it 5 days? And
that varies from school district to school
varies
district.
from school district to school district. If you're tardy to school, is that considered one excused absence a whole day, or is it considered a part of an unexcused day from school? If you're sent home an early dismissal and you don't have a proper legal excuse, is that considered an unexcused absence or part of a day of an unexcused absence? And so because every school district defines that numerical definition in a different manner, then you really end up with different data that varies. And so we're working on trying to create one consistent definition to say, on the 3rd day, that's when the citation goes home. And on the 6th day, that's when children and youth will be given a letter to help the family out. And that's another thing to mention, is we're trying to work with children and youth not to go and, take your child away. If you're a parent and your child has missed 6 days of school, the Children and Youth is really trying to turn itself around and to consider ways that it can help family to better manage its time, to rely on the community and other people in their lives that might be able to help them get the child to school, or maybe give the daycare, or provide a washing machine and a dryer for the uniform that's dirty, or the clothes that are dirty. So, and that's another part of my job, is to really open up the lines of communication to say, well, how have you been frustrated with this protocol and with the truancy problems, and what can we do to really lay everything out and to find solutions.
Now you're using the word protocol a lot. Exactly
yeah.
What does that mean?
Protocol, so we have the law. The law is, after X amount, it depends on the school district, but after X amount of unexcused absences, a child is given a parent is given a citation. And the protocol is the way that we implement the law. It's what is the day-to-day actions of the school. So on the first day of an absence, the school will call the parent. The second day of an unexcused absence, the school will call the parent again. So it's the day-to-day, what exactly is being done by the school and by the agencies to follow the law.
And you would hope that the school districts would be consistent. And if a citation is sent out, it's my understanding that it goes to the district justice court?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so then you're hoping for consistency at district justice court level.
Correct.
As to what would happen to someone who is truant.
Yes. I mean, and that helps because if we were to have a countywide consistency in the way the law is handled by the schools and by the district judges, then, we could really inform parents countywide. I mean, we could really start to provide information, and you could call me at the Bar Foundation and I could explain the law and know with certainty that I'm explaining it in a consistent fashion.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off right here. It's
Sure.
time for us to take a break. This is Legal Lines. Thank you.